In this video, we will be talking about security setup, specifically manage login and manage activity history. Head on over to User Customization, Security, and Security Setup. We will look at it one by one. First is Setup Login Restriction. You can set it up so that you can set up a temporary access block to ERP. By clicking it to use, all user IDs are blocked from access. However, master IDs can log in. As you can see, if you try to log in using a normal ID, the login has been restricted. Go back to User Customization, Security, and Security Setup and set up the temporary access block to Do Not Use to resume using ERP or allowing access to ERP. The second is the Set Login Restriction. You can set up the default on whether to allow or block access to ERP. You can set up an exception by adding the exception. Under Conditions, by clicking on the three-dot icon, you can add more conditions. If both conditions need to be met, make sure to have AND. If only one condition has to be met, press OR. By clicking on Settings, you can decide from the range of user, connection environment, and access method. As for the access method, the access type lets you decide from the web or the app. The login device is mobile or PC, and the access route is either the ERP system or using Excel. The connection environment lets you decide from the login time, the date, and specific IP. In this video, we will talk about how to set up login restriction so that users can only access ERP during weekdays at business hours and at a specific company IP, and other times it's blocked. So set it up to block for default. Go to Conditions. Make sure to add exception conditions if you haven't already, and set up a condition so that there are two conditions. Click on the first setting and make sure to click IP specific and set up your company IP. Once you're done setting up the company IP, press apply, and for the second settings, click on the login time. Under comparison target, press FN and make sure to switch it to day and time. Click comparison target again, and you can set it up in increments of 30 minutes. Set it up like so and press apply. You can see that the login time is between weekdays at 9 to 6. Once you're done, press apply. Now since I want both conditions to be met, I have selected AND. And make sure to have it as allow. And save. Now let us look at the login management. First is password settings. You can set it up so that the password levels are from 3 different levels. And if you want to learn more about password levels, click on the following link. It helps you decide what kind of level that you would like to incorporate. The second is the change interval. So you can select the password changing cycle from 1 month to 12 months. Next is the restrict same password. So it restricts from using the same password as before to however many times you want. Next is the change next time button. When it is set to allow, when the password change function is in effect, the change later button is available. However, we do not recommend this. Set it to do not allow and change your password frequently for security purposes. Once you're done, press save. Next is the two-step verification. This lets you log into ERP using a two-step process. By setting it to use, it will be in effect. However, you can set it up to do not use and set up an exception condition so that certain IDs have to go through a two-step verification. Click New, set up a condition name, set up the ID like so, and make sure to have the setting to use. Now, in order to use this, you have to make sure that the email is verified and the ECOUNT ERP app has been installed. The next one is session timeout. You can set it up between 1 to 8 hours and it will time out and log you out as long as there is no movement. The next one is multi-login. When you're using multiple codes, you can navigate easily between codes. To set it up, you have to set up a multi-login company code to each company code, like so. And once you're done setting up the multi-login company code, you have to go to User Setup. Register user, click on the ID, go to User Information tab, and click on multi-login. Click New and set up the company code and the user ID for both companies. Once you're done, when you click on the profile icon and hover over to multi-login, you can switch to the companies that you want to navigate. By clicking on it and pressing confirm, it will navigate you to that company code. Next is the allow duplicate access from the same ID. If you would like to allow it, press allow, and if you do not want it, press do not allow. Furthermore, you can allow duplicate access from the same IP. As long as it is in the same IP, you're allowing duplicate access. Tick the following if that needs to happen. Lastly is the manage activity history. So if the IP having no login history accesses after the certain period, a warning mail will be sent to the data proprietor. You can set up the period between 1 to 99 days, and you can set up the IP recognition range from A class to D class. By setting it up to D class, all the IP need to match, and by having it to C class, the first 3 digits need to match. By clicking on Setup, you can set it up so that it is applied to a specific individual or a group or all. The same is applied to the IP. If you need further guidance on the IP, click on the question mark. Choose the access type and history monitoring use and click Save. So this wraps up the video on how the security setup, specifically manage activity history and manage login, works.